welcome to my Witchy Tips channel. Today I want to teach you about protection. I'm Lady Starfire, and today I'm going to build a protection jar, and we're going to talk about a mirror box. Now, for your protection jar, now this isn't something you've got to try to run out and do today. Take your time and gather your materials, okay? Now, if you happen to have everything you need, then go ahead and build it. But, sometimes you got to do some looking, because one of the things we're going to want is broken glass, okay? Broken glass is sharp and it cuts, okay? Now, when I break jars or I get in an order of, candle jars or whatever, and there's some that are broke, I don't throw it away. I always keep it, because you never know when you might need that broken glass for a spell, and especially for your protection jar. You also want to gather up, preferably, rusty nails, sharp screws, anything like that. Now, if you don't have rusty ones, it's okay. You can do like this. And got my husband to give me some of his nails, which I promise him these will get returned. But anything that is sharp, okay, as many as you can find. These will rust over time, by the way. Also, razor blades. Once again, anything that's sharp and cuts. If you've got old broken knives, you can, as long as they'll fit in your jar, you can take it off the handle or whatever and pop that in there. We just want things that cut. So now our premise here is we're going to take our jar. We're going to put all of our little Sharpies in there. And you can use a smaller jar if that's what you got. This is just what I had handy. Okay. And then carefully with your glass, we're going to put the broken glass in there. And once again, you can put as much or as little as you want. The more you have, the better it's going to work. So, as I was saying, if you need to take some time and find these things, then that's fine too. So, right now, I got it full to about here. Ideally, it would be full up to here if I was actually going to completely make this jar right now. So, I've got this. You can add some herbs to it if you want. I've got Salem seal here, which is great for capturing evil and, that sort of thing. You could maybe add some cayenne to it just to fire it up. You don't want to change the scent much, because what you're going to do once you get it full of everything is you're going to add your urine to it. Yes, you're going to pee in the jar, or you can pee in a cup and pour it into the jar, whichever is easier for you. But, I know you don't have to have it full, but you want it in there. Now, if you are making this for the family, then you need to get everybody's urine and put it in here. That means get the wife, the husband, the kids, whatever. If you've got a baby, take a piece of the diaper and stuff in there. But you want everyone's essence in here so that everyone is protected. Okay? Now, once you have everything in it, you're going to seal this up tightly. You can wrap it with duct tape, seal it with some sort of glue, with wax, whatever you can seal it with. Make multi-layers, because you don't want it coming out. You're then going to take and bury this in your backyard somewhere, preferably as far away from your house as possible. You want it at the back edge of your property. If the front is further away, then fine, do it out there. Just make sure it's not where it could ever be dug up, unless you're moving and you choose to dig it up to take it with you. So remember where you put it. So now if somebody is trying to send you something, some negativity, some evilness, bad magic, whatever it is, then this attracts that spell, because this has your essence in it. So now this is why you keep it on your property, because say they know where you live, they're going to send it that way. But this is going to draw it. It's just like a dog marks their territory, marks their home, their space. This is mine. So when other dogs come around, they go, oh, that belongs to somebody. Well, that spell is going to be sniffing out for you. So we want it to go here. When it goes into here, what's it going to find? It's going to find a lot of sharp things to cut it up. So this is just a very sharp, magical snare. Now, yes, you can add a charging to it, and it's always good to add your intent as you're putting the things in here. It kind of works on its own, but add to it. Anybody that is trying to send anything bad to me or my family, let it be captured here and cut to pieces so it can cause us no harm. So mote it be. Something as simple as that. Make up your own. It's okay. You don't have to have the exact words that I use. You can come up with your own, and there's nothing wrong with it. But this is one of the best 24/7 working spells that you can do for protection for you and your loved ones. Now, it needs to be people living at that house, preferably, because that's where things are going to be sent to. Now, something that works for your family, whether they're actually living with you or not, maybe you got a kid off at college or whatever. Now, if they're grown, just make sure you got their permission. But this is a mirror box. Now, I have these specially made. As you can see, here's the lid, and they're made from a lady that does stained glass, and she does such awesome work. But when the lid is on it, it is six-sided. All the way around is mirror. And this is actual mirrors. It's not painted. It's real mirror. Now, what you want to do is place inside here things like pictures. Now, this one happens to be a picture of one of my dogs. And so I want to keep my dog protected. So I'll put that in there. I'm going to put, it may just be a family picture or pictures of everyone in the family. You can add hair, fingernails, blood. Either prick your finger if you go get your blood drawn, keep the little swab that they Band-Aid on there, or the Band-Aid itself, whichever it is. Cut it out just that spot, put it in there. Anything that represents those of you in your family, or just you, if it's only you, and that's okay, or you and your animals. Put everything in that mirror box and put the lid on it. Now, you can leave this out on your dresser if you like, but you don't want it where anybody's going to walk up, oh, I wonder what's in that. Okay, we don't want to do that. So if there's other people that possibly come into your home or whatever that might roam around, take this box and stick it in your drawer. Put it in there with your nighties or your socks or whatever drawer you want to put it in, but put it in there underneath stuff hidden away. The mirror still works, because the way that the mirror box works is anything that anybody is throwing at you is going to bounce off, okay? No matter which direction it comes, because there's mirrors all the way around it. I mean, even what's put together, with the stained glass, the solder part in here, is still reflective. Now, if you don't have a mirror box and you can't find anybody that makes them or any place to get it, you can also take a mirror, say your dresser mirror, because it's got to be one you can get behind. You don't want a handheld, but one that's mounted. So like a dresser mirror, so you have just this part of the mirror here, okay? And you're going to take your pictures, face of the picture to the back of the mirror, just like this, and tape it back there. So now, with the mirrors, you can always see out, but they can't see in, and it reflects back. Now, granted, you're not protected on this side, but it's a quick, easy way to get some protection going until you can actually get the things that you need. But that's a good start, and it will at least help reflect back things. If you happen to have a piece of mirror, you could tape it on the back of it. So at least it's going to reflect back on that opposite side. There's all kinds of ways of doing protection. Now, granted, I've made them. Most everybody makes them. The little bottles with the herbs and stones and things like that that you can wear or hang from your rear view mirror. And those are great as long as you charge them. It's just because those herbs do protection, they also a lot of times do a whole lot of other things. So they're just in that jar. They don't know what they're supposed to do unless you charge it. Now this right here, it knows it is a protection box. It was made to be a protection box. It knows it's a protection box, but I would still, as I'm putting things in it, I need you to protect my family. I need you to protect so-and-so. I need you to protect my animals. Whatever you're putting in it, you're stating your intent. Just like when you build this, as you're putting the things in it, state your intent. I am building this jar of protection to protect who? Me. To protect my family. To protect whoever you're putting things in there. Anything that anybody sends to me will be cut to shreds and never reach me. Always be sure that you put your intent into everything you do. So if you go out and you buy one of these little herb spell bottles that has stuff in it, don't trust that that person charged it. Charge it for yourself. And even if they did charge, if it's something I make, yes, I charge it for protection. You still need to personalize by holding it and stating that that protection is for you. When I charge things, my candles, when I make them and all that, I always state that I am empowering the wax to then make the candle, and that whoever burns that candle obtain whatever it is that candle is going to be for. Okay. Oh, something else I forgot that I had over here that you can add to your jar if you can find them. This is called blackthorn. It is just truly awesome and extremely sharp. Okay. Be very careful with them. But yes, you can take and break off some of these thorns and put in that jar as well. It doesn't have to be metal. So whatever you can find that is very sharp, pointy, has an edge to it, whichever, but that's what goes in here. This, you don't need to put those things in because we're not trying to draw the spell into it. This is made to reflect it back so it never reaches you. This is to attract whatever is being thrown at you, but shred it. Okay, think of it as a paper shredder in a jar, but this in this case is a spell shredder. I hope these things help you. There's all kinds of things you can do. You can burn candles for protection when you feel like you're being attacked. But putting together some of these things is just one of those things that keeps on working. Does it mean you don't need a burner protection candle periodically too? Nope, it does not. You may still need that. It depends on how much you are being attacked. How many people don't like you or jealous of you or whatever other reason they may be trying to attack you. Maybe it's somebody that's jealous and is trying to split up you and your spouse. Okay, so that means they're constantly trying to do it because they want that other person possibly, or they're just jealous because theirs left them and you're happy. So stuff like that, you want constant protection, and you also want to add in, maybe a protection candle, a little, an extra protection spell. You want to add in anything that you can. Maybe wear certain protection jewelry. Okay. So any of these things are good to do and that help. Right now, I just want to give you ways to help you protect yourself, help you get rid of stuff, because unfortunately, especially, well, it's always gone on, but this day and time, it seems like more and more people just want to do things to other people, and it's just not right. So my job here is to try to teach you ways to be safe and to be protected, and don't let people do this stuff to you. So if, when there's ways of avoiding it, by all means, let's do. Forewarned is forearmed. So let's build our mirror boxes. If you need to buy one, find some place that sells them. Yes, I do sell them. There is, I'm sure, other places. Make sure that they're well made and that they are mirrors, true mirrors, and all the way around. That somebody didn't just put foil on it or something. Gather up your glass, your rusty nails, sharp screws, thorns, razor blades, whatever you can find. Go in your jar. Be sure it's a glass jar, okay? Plastic, we don't want to put that in the ground. Glass will last forever. And plastic puts off gases, and we just don't want that in the earth. So make sure it has a good sealable lid. Do an extra good seal on it so that it doesn't, this may after a while rust away. We don't want that. So wrap it up really good. So I hope this helps you. and everyone stay safe. And please always remember that no matter what anybody says, you are always enough. And you are wonderful. And always give yourself those positive affirmations that you are great, you're beautiful, you're wonderful, and you are loved. So until the next time, if you would, share my video with somebody that might need it. If you haven't subscribed, please click that button. And I thank you for all of you that actually watched it to this point, because it helps me a lot when people let my videos run all the way through. So until the next time, everyone, blessed be.